You're listening to Union Strong NJSPBA Voices Podcast. The intro is brought to you by the New Jersey State PBA-owned Federal Credit Union, offering competitive rates and fast loan approval. Visit www.njspbafcu.org. Hello and welcome to episode 43 of Union Strong NJSPBA Voices Podcast. I'm your host, Vinny Rizzo, and today, in segment 1, we sit and talk to Artie Cronk, the delegate from Manchester PBA. In segment 2, we get some live testimonials from our members. Today's episode is all about one of the most unique and anticipated events of the summer, Tices Shoal Day. If you've never experienced it, let me paint the picture for you. The sun's out, boats and personal watercrafts lined up across the Barnegat Bay, music playing, laughter in the air, and our members, hundreds of them, standing shoulder to shoulder in waist-deep water. That's right. This isn't your typical networking event in a conference room or a union hall. This is Union Connection at its most relaxed and organic way and is genuinely enjoyable. Tices Shoal Day has grown into something special. It's not just about the boats, the summer sun, or the floating coolers, though let's be honest, those don't hurt. It's about creating space for real conversations, the kind that happen when rank doesn't matter, when the badge is off duty, and when you're literally wading through water just to say hello. Whether you've been on this job for 25 years or 2 months, you're equal in the Bay, and that's what makes this event so powerful. We've seen officers meet future PBA reps here. Others share stories, advice, and even set the groundwork for future collaborations between locals. Tices Shoal Day reminds us that unity doesn't always have to look formal. It could come with sunburn, sand in your toes, and a cold drink in your hand. And let's be real. No amount of formal meetings or email chains can match the value of just talking, really talking with your fellow officers in this environment. It's part retreat, part reunion, and all about recharging the bond that makes our organization so strong. So whether you're anchored up this year or you're already planning to next time, Tices Shoal Day is a reminder that connection is the heartbeat of our profession. And sometimes the best place to find that connection is chest deep in the Bay. Stay safe, stay united, and we'll see you out there next summer, floating in the name of solidarity. This is segment 1. Well, as you just heard in the monologue, today we're going to be quote-unquote live from a very popular place in the Barnegat Bay. For all you boaters out there, you know Tices Shoal very well. It's a lively place with music, conversations, and everything in between. So I thought it was apropos to interview somebody that I consider a friend and somebody I've known for a long time, and a person that is very responsible for starting this annual Tices Shoal Day. He's a man many people know and recently retired, Artie Cronk. And I must say, his color looks a little bit better in the couple of weeks since he had his walkout. And I didn't realize how popular he was. He's popping up on all different Ocean County social media pages, wishing him well. And again, I'm looking forward to getting to talk to him for a few minutes today. We're in an undisclosed location as the crow flies just north of Tices Shoal. The wind's blowing. You might hear a boat cruise on by, a seagull or a bird fly by, birds chirping in the air. And again, it's a little bit more controlled here and not as lively as out in the Bay. So we're going to start this episode off talking to him. And we'll move into our second segment where I am going to be juggling my recording equipment, wading through the water, hopping from boat to boat, and getting instant reaction from attendees to our annual Tices Shoal Day. So Artie, can you give our listeners a quick overview of what Tices Shoal Day is all about?
Well, it's all about actually just another great time in Ocean County, getting all of our PBA brothers and sisters together on a nice day out on the water. It's just a really, really good time where we can actually bring PBA members and their families together actually in a very low-key, just relaxed setting. We can still have a little bit of business to handle, but we're still relaxing with our families and our friends.
No, definitely. Like we said in the monologue, it's networking, right? A lot of similar themes on this podcast. Networking. You know, episode 39 recently dropped, and that was the benefits of networking at the meeting of the 6 with North Brunswick, New Brunswick, etc. And that's what we're all about in the PBA, right? It's networking and letting our contacts grow, which enhances our membership and our member benefits, right?
Absolutely. Because if we're down here in Ocean County, it doesn't mean I'm not going to be with my friends from Bergen County, my friends from Essex County, my friends from anywhere out the state. And that's the best part. Like I said, the networking, the connections just become stronger and stronger, and, between counties, between our membership. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, is continuing to better ourselves and keep our reach out as far as we can. If we need anything, we know we can always have a contact with somebody.
For sure. Greatest part of the PBA is not being cliquey and legitimately hanging with people from Ocean County, being from Bergen, Cape May, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely.
So, Artie, how did this tradition start and how has it grown over the years?
So it actually came to my attention from, the original is PJ San Domenico. He was brought to his attention from past PBA president Pat Colligan. We were told that the FMBA had their own day, and Pat wanted to know why we couldn't get something started. So PJ reached out to me. He has a summer house right around the corner for me, and there was no other better co-conspirator here than to plan this with. Having another buddy from our town, we got Charlie Greenstein, who actually has a summer house in Lacey, and the three of us just kind of started rolling with it.
No, definitely. And see, I always say it a lot of times on these podcasts. I learn things. So we're a couple of questions in, and I actually didn't know the FMBA story. That's actually very funny.
Yep.
And of course, we're going to get into it. Ours is bigger and better, but we'll just leave that for another day. So obviously, not everybody listening is a boater or has a shore house or lives down in Ocean County. What makes the Barnegat Bay and Tices Shoal the perfect setting for this event?
So where we have that location, you can actually jump onto Island Beach State Park and drive your car down there, and you can actually walk out onto those steps. That's why we use the steps as our contact. You can park your car and walk right out, and you can always walk out onto the steps and walk onto the bayside, and you can meet up with anybody you want at any time. So it actually is a super cool place to be. We can be there by boat, and people don't have boats and they need to drive down to Island Beach by car. There's a parking lot right there, and they can walk right out onto the bay.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, no better location. Just being able to not be obviously locked into owning a jet ski or a boat. So that's really, really, really cool.
Yep.
What's the typical turnout like? How many members, boats, jet skis? How many do we usually see out there?
So if we get a halfway decent day, I'm going to guarantee well over 100 boats, probably 30, 40 jet skis. We're probably pushing at a minimum of a few hundred members no matter what, because each boat is usually holding quite a few people on them. So I would say we're probably at that 500 mark, a minimum of people on any given day out there with us.
All right, yeah, definitely. And obviously this is going to air after Tices Shoal Day. So it is what it is. There's reasonings for why we do it that way. But again, this is to kind of drum up that excitement for next year. Usually in July, we do this. We have to plan it out. Obviously, weather is always a factor. For avid boaters out there, sometimes you don't go out if the wind's blowing, over 10 knots or 20 knots, whatever it is. But we get out there, if I remember correctly, last year, the weather wasn't great, but we got out there safely, and we almost had our little bubble out in Tices Shoal. It actually was pretty good, all things considered.
We kind of skate. Mother Nature usually tries to work with us. We get a little chance of rain here and there, of course, because it is July, and we have our predominant winds that we always kind of expect. But Mother Nature's been pretty good to us, and we make it work, and we make sure everybody gets down there safely and they get home safely no matter what.
I got my ass kicked last year. I was coming out almost questioning why I was going. Obviously, I wouldn't miss it for the world, but I got annihilated. I mean, if I jumped into the bay, I probably would have been drier than getting hammered on my jet ski. But you know what? It is what it is. Like I said, got out there and I couldn't believe, again, being somebody that's out on the bay like yourself, Artie, like getting there, I was shocked to see what the conditions were in a good way, considering what it was like getting across. But again, like you said, knock on wood, we'll be all right, and we'll have a great time as always.
Absolutely, we always do.
Is this an official union-sponsored event, or is it more of just a grassroots member tradition?
I mean, PBA has always kind of put it ahead that we've made it that way, and most of the towns have been gracious enough that it is a union benefit day for us. So guys get out there, they get their time, because yes, it is a gathering, but there still is some business that is always going to be conducted no matter what. Like any other time we're doing something all together, there's always going to be some sort of union topic that's going to come up, that's be it a contract or be it a grievance or be it something somewhere is going to come up, and you're going to be with somebody. I can be with friends from Union County, and we're going to start talking shop. So my place has been very good, and I'm sure most of the other towns and counties have been very good with getting guys of the union time to do it and making it a actual union day.
Yeah, no, for sure. And again, similar themes on this podcast in terms of the networking aspect of it. Sometimes there's the naysayers and the negativity of, oh, mini convention, main convention, oh, you're by a pool or whatever. Yeah, we are. The meetings are a few hours long and they're informational. There might be guest speakers coming in. You might hear an inspirational story, but there's 20 other hours in the day, which includes some sleeping time, that you are networking. And some of the best conversations and maybe those aha moments where you're learning the next thing to do in your contract is because you're elbow to elbow at a pool bar or in the Barnegat Bay with a brother or sister member from Essex County, being from 100 miles away. And that's where you're going to learn and get your enhanced member benefit for your members, which again, like we said in the beginning, is all about enhancing our membership benefits and getting the best thing for our members.
I completely agree, Vin, 100%.
So again, we already said this is going to air after the fact. So just give a vibe of the water, being out in Tices Shoal. What's it like to be surrounded by fellow members in waist-deep water, just enjoying the day? What are you going to hear? What are the sights? What are the sounds?
It's always going to be interesting conversations because it really becomes a melting pot of everybody, which is great because there's nowhere to be cliquey. There's so many people just docking up at different times, so you can be docked up next to somebody from Bergen County, you can be with somebody from Morris County. So it's great. It's not like, hey, we all have to sit in this little corner. We have to sit here. You're tied up. We kind of tie everybody up in like a little parallel thing and form our own little street kind of way. We have it set up with the DJ booth there, so we have the music going. Everybody's eating, enjoying themselves. It really, you couldn't ask for a better time. As long as Mother Nature cooperates with us on the weather side, it really is a very, very good time to be out with everybody.
No, definitely. And I'm not blowing smoke. PJ, Artie, and Charlie, these three guys, they're avid boaters. They go to Tices Shoal. We're going to get into the safety precautions and things like that. They really care about this because at the end of the day, you want to have fun, but you want to also be safe doing so. They know how to tie off properly. You're not going to be bouncing around like corks in the ocean to, be cliche. You're going to safely have your boat docked. You're going to have fun to be able to come on and off. And, if someone is maybe acting, I don't want to say haphazard, but doesn't maybe necessarily know, maybe they rented a boat, they're going to help them out and not get on them in a negative way, and they're going to get them there safely. They're going to tie them off safely so no boats are getting damaged, no one gets injured, that sort of thing. So you really do have a trifecta of guys that truly care. And then there's obviously other levels of people that also are out there, have shore houses, have houses down here that know what they're doing. And really, it does make it a great day and a great time.
Absolutely.
So the aforementioned safety precautions, is there anything anybody should know about prior to being out there? Any boating rules that they should be aware of while participating in this event?
I would just tell everybody, please make sure you have enough life jackets for how many people are coming on your boat, especially if guys are renting boats or if they're taking their children out. That is first and foremost. Please have your safety, stuff like that. And if God forbid, there's so many people out there. If you break down, that's a phone call away from somebody can always tow you back in or bring inside. But the safety stuff on your own boat, please make sure you have your life jackets for as many people you're going to have. There's nothing wrong with having extras. If you can bring some extra lines, so we try to tie you off, and some extra fenders, that always makes it a lot easier and a lot safer. And make sure you have an anchor on your boat too, because at least we can tie you up and make sure that you're not going around too far. You're anchored up with everybody else.
Now, I'm sitting here, I'm kind of chuckling to myself. I'm smiling. This is audio only. Sometimes I wish it was a video pod too, because this is fun. I mean, maybe because I enjoy going out to Tices Shoal just in my own personal life. I meet up with Artie out there. We've gone fishing, the whole 9 yards. But this has a great vibe, and I hope that's coming across the sound waves. And I hope you really do join us in the future and come experience what the PBA has started and continues to do with this Tices Shoal Day. You mentioned the DJ booth. Are there any other kind of activities or traditions that have become staples of Tices Shoal Day?
So, the DJ has definitely become our staple. We kind of set him up right in between, and he has a great time. He's very good friends with PJ. He's actually a silver card holder from Essex County Conference. So Tony's an awesome guy. Another neighbor of ours, another different Tony, is the one who was gracious to give us his boat to make sure that we have a spot for the DJ to come out. And VCS has now joined us as a sponsor. So they came out last year, and that was their first time coming out and having a blast with us with their little cannon gun shooting off their footballs and the T-shirts and their koozies. So, I mean, it really has become a very, very important staple for us, especially in the county, but a very good time for the state PBA as well for all of us.
No, for sure. And we mentioned safety precautions before. We were actually out selling those bucket hats last year.
Yeah.
PBA swag. Listen, we were raising money for survivor and welfare. Yep. We were preventing people's heads from being burned. We're everything here. We're multifaceted. We're trying to stop skin cancer, people from overheating and dehydrating. We do it all here for sure.
I have them on a boat. I'm sure I'm going to ask again if they're going to be on my boat. I'll be more than happy to sell them again and bring your Venmo things again. Executive Vice President Freeman set it up so you can just scan it. And I was giving out the bucket hats there and have a bunch of them on a boat. I'm sure we'll be able to give out some more swag and sell some more swag this year if necessary. That's not a problem.
Yeah, man. Like you said, honestly, everything you're saying, again, I'm sitting here smiling and I'm picturing the cannon shooting the T-shirts and the sponsored footballs that are being thrown from boat to boat and down that alleyway that's longer than a football field. And it really is just fun. And you are having those beneficial conversations in between the fun. And really, again, I'm probably beating a dead horse, but it's a good horse to beat. Come out and have fun with us. You will not be disappointed.
Nope, I completely agree, man.
All right, so besides life jackets and things like that, what should members be bringing with them to make the most of the day?
If you're going out on the water, make sure you have your sunblock, make sure you have your hydration, make sure you have your food, and just be safe. Make sure you have everything that you would need no other day than if you were going to the beach. Or if you're going out on a boat by yourself, make sure you have everything that you're going to need because you're going to be self-sufficient. Yes, there's plenty of your friends that are going to be there. I'll be more than happy to help anybody out. Somebody needs something, God forbid. Of course, they're going to give it out to them, whatever. But, you want to be smart and bring your own sunblock, your own hydration, and your own food for sure because there may be some vendors, the pizza people that pop around or the ice cream vendors that pop around on water, but I wouldn't guarantee that.
Yeah, I know there's usually a hot dog guy out there, but I haven't really seen him. This is usually a weekend.
He's on a weekend. Yeah, weekend guys only. I've only seen the pizza and the ice cream guys and the hot dog guys on a weekend. So.
Well, I've obviously teased being a self-proclaimed foodie. Maybe that's my thing. I'll get the subrets and come out and sling them. Not this year, but maybe we could do that in the future.
Maybe. I'm in. I'll help you out.
All right. Hey, like I said in the monologue and the intro, you're newly retired. I said your color looks great. A couple of weeks and you're looking good, man. Not that you never didn't look good. But,
I'm living it up. Still on the books till the main. I'm going to turn over the ropes at that point, and it's a good feeling to get to this road, but it's also the bittersweet that I have to turn over. It's tough to see everybody every month at many, many different meetings, and now I slowly have to start turning over the reins. So it's a little bit bittersweet for sure. I can't lie.
No, but I consider you a friend. I've known you for a long time, and again, I know you're going to stay involved.
Absolutely.
At the very least, at least once a year at Tices Shoal, but I know it's going to be a lot more than that.
Absolutely. There's no way. This is in my blood now, and this is part of my life, and it's definitely made my career way more enjoyable. Getting onto the back end with the union stuff, hands down, has made this way more enjoyable for sure.
No, for sure. So again, for those of you that are kind of thinking about getting involved on your local executive board, maybe running for delegate or becoming the PBA president, jump in with both feet. It's really the most gratifying part of this job. I mean, law enforcement is a calling, but I feel like the union thing is even more of a calling because you're protecting your brothers and sisters instead of just protecting and serving the general public. And that's gratifying as hell.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more. There's a lot more to it than just getting your gun and badge and going at it, you guys know. And once you get into it hands down, I tell everybody there's probably about 95% of the law enforcement world will never experience some of the really important things that I've gotten to do and travel and just be around with different people throughout my 13 years as a delegate. It's been amazing.
Yeah, we pretty much came on the same exact time.
It's been amazing.
No, definitely. So two-part question for you.
Sure.
Is there a moment or conversation from a past Tices Shoal day that really captured the spirit of the event? And do you have a favorite memory from a past Tices Shoal day?
So actually I do. I have to give it to my buddies from Union County Sheriff's Department. Actually, a very dear friend of mine is a Captain Bracciali. He lives not too far from me right here in Berkeley. Their delegate has become one of my best friends, Rick Antonucci. And a guy used to name the best name ever. He goes, bro, your new nickname is Driscoll. I'm like, why is it Driscoll? He goes, bro, you bridged the gap, man. He's like, you bridged from, he goes, Union County, Ocean County. It's one whole thing now. And Driscoll's definitely been one of my favorite names ever that I've been called. And it was started up at Tices, so I'm never going to forget that one.
Awesome. No, that is great. And again, similar themes. We talked about it. This isn't cliquey. You're hanging out with guys, girls from all over different counties, and it really is unlike any other event because it is so casual. It's even more casual than being at a pool bar at a mini convention or a main convention. So really, really, really cool. So why do you think that this event resonates so strongly with our members year after year?
The amount of people we can get to the beach, the bay, and have them come out and still kind of handle a little business in a beyond relaxed atmosphere, I think is super, super important. And again, it's warm, the sun's out. Usually you're having a blast with a bunch of your brothers and sisters from all over the place, and really couldn't ask for anything better than that.
Are there plans to expand or evolve this? I mean, obviously expanding would be, hey, more and more boats. So there's really no formal plans, I'm assuming?
No, not right now. It's just the more members that we get to show up, the bigger it gets. And it's kind of on us to do that. So the more we can get it out to everybody, the more that people show up. That's just the way it gets bigger and better. And maybe at some point we can delve into the food thing a little bit. That would probably make it a little more memorable too. But just getting the amount of people that we get out there now, a couple more boats every year, it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and better.
And like what you said at the beginning, I think the one thing we could really drive home is don't feel handcuffed by not having a boat or a personal watercraft. Drive onto Island Beach, park, and literally walk over the little wood bridge and you're in the water. Yep. It's not cheesy to do it. People do it all the time. So why not our members take advantage of that and up the attendance by doing that?
Absolutely. Or you can, like anything else, there's plenty of guys and girls. We're all on different committees together. Just reach out, pick up the phone, like, hey man, you got a spot on a boat? And there's not a single person here that's not going to say, trust me, you want to come out, we're going to make sure you get out there and you have a good time with all of us.
No, for sure. So the typical podcast or interview question, 3 words to describe Tices Shoal Day. It's a tough one.
It's going to be 3 days, fun.
All right, man. I like that.
Man. Fun.
I love that. Love that answer. Hey, I asked the question, you answered it. I can't go any further or anything else. That's great. Great response.
That's it, man.
We already touched on the fact that this is going to air after Tices Shoal Day. So for people that listen to this and are like, I really want to be involved next year, how can members get updates or coordinate with others ahead of the big day? How does that happen?
So we usually start getting it out. We just put it back out at the most recent state meeting. We put out the video that shows it. So usually by May, we kind of have an ideal date already set up and guaranteed by the June state meeting. We've put it out to everybody with my contact, PJ's contact, or Charlie Greenstein's contact. We've put it out on the video to who we prefer to you guys to use boat rentals. We give you the coordinates. We give our phone number. So whatever anybody would ever need, we try to get it out within that good month and a half time frame. So you guys and girls have an opportunity to not miss out on a really good time.
No, for sure. And like I said a little while ago, this has been a lot of fun, really, really good vibes. Maybe it's the setting we're sitting in and whatnot. Maybe it's sitting with a friend that I've known for over 13 years. But all things considered, I like to, quote unquote, rate these podcasts. This was one of my favorite top 5 out of the 40 plus that we've done so far interviews. So Artie, thank you for that.
Of course.
So thank you. Yeah, summing up the last question the easiest way, what would you say to someone that's on the fence about attending this event for the first time?
Till you experience it, you're not going to know what everybody's talking about. And there's an opportunity to get out and continue to do your networking, continue to meet people, continue to get another benefit that the state PBA puts out to you. Don't miss out. Don't hesitate. Don't be bashful. Pick up the phone, shoot a text to somebody, shoot a call to your county conference chair, somebody on one of the state committees, whatever you have to do. And there's plenty of room and plenty of opportunity to come out there and have a good time with us.
No, it's a great response. And I'll just finish up with one other comment about Tices Shoal in general. Sometimes it gets a bad rap, on a Saturday or a Sunday, a holiday weekend, that it's packed and there are people that are, maybe not following boating rules properly and not really cherishing the land and maybe littering and stuff like that. Put those thoughts behind you. You're with your brothers and sisters. It's a controlled atmosphere, so you're getting to experience the best of Tices Shoal amongst your peers. And there's none of that. It's truly to quote Artie, a fun day. It will be a great time. We promise you that. And we hope that this is well received. I know it will be well received. Artie, you were a great interview. This was fun. And maybe we could run it back. I'll find you out on the water with a little bit more noise and less control than we are in this atmosphere.
That's okay. I'm down. Anytime, Ben.
All right, bro. Thank you.
This is segment 2.
So welcome to segment 2. I hope you enjoyed the monologue in segment 1. listening to one of the organizers of the Tices Shoal Day, Artie Cronk. I think, if my memory serves me correct, I used the word controlled at some point in the monologue and the first segment. So, reiterating that word controlled, being someone that comes out on the bay more than just for this event, I can't believe how controlled the weather was. It was like glass. I've talked to a couple of people off the mic so far that were on personal watercrafts that couldn't believe how flat it was. A lot of times you're really not able to comfortably do 55, 60 miles an hour on your wave runner because of the conditions. Today was totally not that. Everyone's anchoring up as we speak, and it's absolutely beautiful conditions. I'm standing in legitimately chest deep water, which I'm actually getting a little bit nervous right now because if I drop my recording device, you're never going to hear this segment. So if you hear this segment, it means I never dropped it in the water, and hopefully you enjoy this episode fully from start to finish. Hoping to speak to some people, different members from the PBA. I see some of our friends in labor from the NCOs and the state troopers anchoring their boats as we speak. So beautiful day, barely a cloud in the sky. I ran into my friend Mike Debartolo, the newly retired. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, gonna be retired 2 more days.
Jesus, you're like a mainstay. I remember our days going to car seat installation school?
Yeah, car seat school many years ago.
Many years ago. And I got out of that real quick because my big ass was not going in the back seat of Honda Civics, but you know what? We still had some laughs. That's where we really started our friendship years ago.
Of laughs. Really trying to squeeze 2 big asses in the back of a Honda Civic doesn't really work well.
But it's a good icebreaker. I mean, we're talking about it here out in the middle of the bay.
Well, it's definitely brought us together as friends.
For sure. So, what do you think of this event? I mean, I hang out with you literally every single year out here. What do you think of it? You know, now I guess we're in the 4th or 5th year or something like that. What do you think of the PBA doing something like this?
This is a great builder and bonding event for all our brother and sister cops in the state. You got Tony G on the DJ wheels up there spinning it, so can't beat a legend like him having a good time with all the best cops in New Jersey out doing the best thing, enjoying our little downtime when we need it.
Yeah, no, that's so true. I mean, you know, sometimes our naysayers or the negative comments are going to be like, oh, you know, you guys are out on the bay. It's one day out of 365. We're still networking. You're still having nice conversations out here. You're blowing off some steam. But like you said, we deserve it. We have one of the most stressful professions, one of the most dangerous professions. So if we could sit out here and enjoy a couple hours in the water and, you know, hanging out with our friends, that's what it's all about, right?
I would love to do this the rest of my life. It's a great building experience, bonding, and keeping us together as brothers, even on the job and when you retire.
Well, now you can do it. You could do it more than one day a year, you know?
I'm always available if anybody needs a bad golfer. Feel free to call me, whatever local's going on. I'm in for a golf outing always. Always a good time, as like Pete said, the one and only.
Yeah, the one and only for sure. It's going to be weird not seeing you at meetings and at events, but you'll be around. I know that.
I'll be around. I'm going to do my best to stay part of this whole thing.
All right, buddy. I appreciate your time. Enjoy the day. Be safe out here, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Vin. Love you too, man. Be well.
You got it, brother.
All right.
All right, I've made my way from the chest deep water to the football field size row of boats, and I ran into Chuck Snider from Local 105. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I had to talk to you because I always see you here. I know you're on the bay all the time and you're at Tices all the time. What's it like being out here with your brothers and sisters of the PBA and know it's a truly PBA event?
It's a great day. It's a great day for everybody to get together, hang out, be able to see friends you haven't seen in a while in the local departments, and just get together and hang out. Just camaraderie is huge in our department.
Yeah, it is. A day like this, for the stressful lives we lead in the profession, allows you to decompress a little bit, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So what would you say this day, for someone that comes to Tices, like today as opposed to other days where you're hanging out here with family or friends?
So I'm out here most weekends all year long, right?
Yep.
Every weekend's kind of the same. You're out here with a bunch of civilians you don't know, you don't trust. I'm out here today with my brothers and sisters. I'm relaxed. I'm having a great time. I'm meeting people I haven't seen before or haven't met before from other friends, and I'm just enjoying myself.
That's what it's all about, buddy. I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have fun, be safe, and we'll see you out here.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. All right, so I'm still in this football field-sized row of boats. I ran into our president's protege, Mike Allegretta, the alternate of PBA 106. Mike, what do you think of this event?
This is always a great event. This is my second time coming out here. It's nice seeing people from all over the state coming together, getting on boats. Either they're renting or they're jumping on a friend's boat to come out, hang out, and enjoy this awesome weather.
Well, you said it, not me. Awesome weather is an understatement. I don't know if you're out on the bay a lot, being down from Point here and there a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm out here every weekend, and the weather today was phenomenal. I mean, it was like glass coming out. So our members, it's like, you know what, we lead stressful lives, and this profession is as stressful as it comes. So to allow a day of not having to stress out about the weather,
yes,
I guess the gods were with us a little bit, right?
Yes, like you said, we finally got a little bit of a breeze. Like you said, it took us 45 minutes to get out of here from Brick.
Okay.
This is awesome. This is a good way to de-stress, relax, hang out, music, good time.
And this is your second year. Were you here last year?
2022.
Okay, so the new thing last year, if you look over there, VCS,
yes,
one of the big sponsors for the PBA. We can't do everything without them.
Yeah.
They are a big supporter. They have one of those like t-shirt cannons.
Ooh,
and you're going to see these footballs flying through the air. So it's fun. That's what this is all about.
Yes, have a good time.
Yeah, for sure. So how is it like being the alternate behind the PBA president? Is there stress to it? Is it
a little bit, because Pete's very, very busy, and I got a crab next to me.
You got bit by a crab? See, we're live. You know, stuff happens.
Pete's very, very busy, so he pretty much told me, he's like, I'm busy. It's all you. Here you go. But I have questions. I ask Pete. He knows the answer to everything.
Exactly.
And if he don't have the answer, he can find it very, very quickly. But I learn a lot. I've met a lot of people. Networking, just going to different events, going to the mini, going to the main, going to events like this. It's awesome to get to know people around the state. But in terms of being the alternate, having to go to different meetings, and can't learn enough. You got to take away at least a handful of things from a meeting, and that's what I try to do every different delegates meeting or any other event. I try to take away something to bring back to our local that'll help us.
No, that's huge. And, you know, it might be redundant. Again, I say similar things on every single episode. Here we are, well over 40 episodes into this podcast. And, you know, there are similar themes, networking and learning something. Even if you learn one thing a day, it's not a wasted day. So, you know what? It's all good. You're touching on all the right points. I've gotten to have lunches with you because of Pete. And again, what was that?
We played golf together.
Yeah, we played golf together. I'm not much of a golfer, but that's okay.
We had a good time. We had a good time.
We had a good time, and if you use one of my shots in the scramble a day, I'm happy. So, no, but all good stuff. I'm glad I got to run into you. I'm glad you got to talk to me a couple of minutes and explain kind of what it's like being in Pete's shadows, not in a bad way.
No, it's very good. Like I said, I've learned so much. I've been doing it for almost 2 years, and I've learned a lot. Stuff I didn't even know was a thing on the PBA side that I can bring back to our local and help not only our local but surrounding locals.
Yeah, and look at this. I mean, here we are standing in waist-deep water. We're having a conversation on a podcast, which is what, you know, Pete and Executive Vice President Mike Freeman, it was their vision. And here we are, and who would have ever thought that there'd be a recording device in the middle of the Barnegat Bay that's going to go, quote-unquote, live.
Yep.
And you know what? I owe you a challenge coin, a little tease right there. If you're on the podcast, you get a little token of being on. So at the next meeting, I'll get it to you. It's the Union Strong Podcast challenge coin. And tell your family, tell your friends that you're on. You're now, quote-unquote, PBA famous. So share it. It's all good stuff.
Yes.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Vinny.
Always.
Great talking to you.
Yep, you got it, buddy. So as I'm walking through all the PBA members, this will be one of the first times on the podcast, NJSPBA Voices, where we're going to have a quick comment from one of our friends in labor, Danny Oliveira, the president of the State Trooper NCO Union. Again, this is kind of what it's all about. We all work hand in hand for all these legislative issues and, you know, roadblocks that we run into, but collectively we're a lot stronger than individually. So running into him, he's been a friend for a long time. I see him down here on the bay, you know, outside of events like this. So it's kind of apropos. Danny, I just was talking you up a little bit. I just said it's pretty cool that you're out here amongst, you know, the PBA members. Can you just touch on that, kind of like the coalition of being together with the PBA, the NCOs, the troopers? Like, what is that mean to our unions to be together like that?
I think it's an important part of the unions, whether it's discussing current issues like healthcare or legislation that's coming up, but just having that network and to go, hey, I'm looking for something in Rawway. Who do we know over there? Oh, I was just tied up to Rawway guy's boat, something to that effect. And I think it's important to do that with networking. This is a great event to do it, relieve the stress at the same time. So it's a great thing. I love being out here.
Yeah, man, it's kind of funny you said that because, we touch on similar themes even on this particular episode, about negativity behind an event like this. Oh, what are the cops doing out there? Or, the naysayers. But to your point, I'm looking at the Rawway flag flying there. I have a quick conversation with him or her, a member, brother or sister, and then all of a sudden, you exchange numbers and this world gets smaller and smaller. I always say that. There's probably a good chance tomorrow I'm going to run into something and it's like, hey, Rawway. And I'm like, oh, wait a second. I was with that person yesterday or a week ago. And that's what this is all about, right?
Absolutely. And I think it's something that doesn't get seen as much as people think. But once you become involved in the union at PBA, state police unions, you rarely have a conversation that doesn't revolve around work. Because even if you go, hey, how's the family? It always ends up, what's going on with the contract or something to that effect.
Correct.
So it's an important thing. It gets business done, but it's also a day to enjoy and enjoy the weather, enjoy the camaraderie, and it's a great thing.
Yeah, no, that's great. We'll sum it up with saying we're the leaders in our unions, but we want the one-year member to come out and experience this, because just because you don't hold a position on an executive board, like a formal title, you could still benefit from the networking, rubbing elbows with people that know people and know a lot of things. That's how you learn about this job. It doesn't have to be all the negativity sitting car to car, which frankly becomes almost like cancerous. The stress of this job kind of puts a negative spin a lot of times when you are sitting in that downtime when you're not running call to call. So you have to come out. We want you to come out and experience things like this. So Dan, I appreciate your time. Anything to sum it up? A couple closing thoughts?
Just what your point, get involved early. I'm on my 21st year in the state police. I've been involved in the unions for over 18 of them. The misinformation that's out there because of people that aren't in the know, and come to a meeting, learn what's going on, ask questions. From the union side, we love people that are interested in it and want to know the stuff, and it gets rid of a lot of the bad misinformation that's out there. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, perfect, man. Thanks for summing it up that way. I appreciate your time. It's always a pleasure to see you at these events, at mini conventions, main conventions, at our collective negotiation. You getting up at the dais in front of our 1,000 members means a lot. This coalition is stronger because of leaders like you, and I look forward to talking to you again and continuing to hammer out issues that we're all experiencing.
I appreciate it, and I look forward to those things too. So
all right, brother. Thank you. All right, man. So I'm not the biggest gambler, but I am a gambling man. And the fact that I haven't dropped this recording device into the bay up until this point, and I've gotten to speak to a handful of our members and friends in labor, I'm going to take as a win. And I think you'll enjoy the second segment with this live feel, music in the background, people getting bit by crabs. Myself, personally, I think I got bit by a jellyfish. And again, hope you enjoyed this. Come out next year, enjoy Tices Shoal Day when it starts getting advertised for 2026. And we will talk to you soon. Well, to wrap this episode up, I figured I'd give a couple of final thoughts as I am now safely back on dry ground. The wave runner is all cleaned up and flushed out, and I know our members are doing the same thing to their boats, their personal watercrafts, and all their personal items and whatnot after a great day out at Tices Shoal, the annual PBA day at Tices Shoal. So we know the term bookends. The two things in boating or being out on the bay that you can't control are those bookends. The weather. Going out, that first bookend was absolutely glorious. It was like glass out there. Top speeds on the wave runner, getting from point A to point B in as quick and as efficiently as possible, obviously safely. Well, that second bookend, coming home, was the exact opposite. About half throttle the whole way, getting tattooed by waves. The lower back is screaming from being on top of a wave and then coming crashing down. But again, you can't control it. The bookends are what they are, but the other thing that is what it is the time in between those two bookends. An absolutely wonderful day. The weather was perfect. Sun, no clouds. The music was great. The camaraderie was even better, and the networking was top-notch. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you had a safe and fun day out on the bay networking, and we hope to see you there next year. Bigger, better, and another exclusive New Jersey State PBA event.
The outro is brought to you by the New Jersey State PBA-owned Blue Guardian Insurance Agency, your trusted partner for all your insurance needs. Visit www.pbainsure.com. Just a friendly reminder that we will share links to new episodes on the official New Jersey State PBA Facebook and Instagram pages, which will also contain information about how to listen on the New Jersey State PBA website. We kindly ask that you share these posts on personal social media channels and any local or county pages you may administer to help get our word out and grow our reach. Thank you for listening. Be safe always, and we will talk to you soon.